Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really cutting through all the noise.
Hmm.
We want to give you the pure, distilled truth about how wealth is actually built.
Yeah, not the hype.
Exactly. No theories, no, online guru stuff. We're doing a deep dive into the four kind of foundational financial secrets.
And these come from people who've actually done it.
That's right. The secrets of 10,000 millionaires.
Yeah.
Actual millionaires.
And that number, 10,000, it's really crucial here.
Why is that?
Because the findings we're digging into, they're from this massive study the Ramsey team did.
Right.
When you survey a group that large, you eliminate the outliers, the noise, you get to the fundamental truths.
Okay.
So the goal here is to analyze the clues, the behavioral clues
Yeah.
left by successful people.
And figure out what common ideas about getting rich are just wrong.
Pretty much, yeah.
So our mission today is really to unpack these four big money secrets, the ones that honestly shatter a lot of common myths.
Right, the misconceptions.
We want to give you insights you can actually use, things that are, hopeful but also realistic.
A clear blueprint, hopefully.
Yeah. Let's just jump right in. Let's hit the biggest myth first.
Let's do it.
Okay, so secret number one. This whole idea that you have to be born rich to, well, become rich.
Mm-hmm. The inheritance myth.
Yeah. You see it everywhere, right? Movies, social media. It's all about old money or getting that huge startup check.
It's deeply ingrained.
So for you listening, just think for a second. What percentage of millionaires do you really think inherit enough cash to make them wealthy?
It's fascinating how high people guess that number is.
Right.
But the data from these 10,000 people, it just crushes that myth. Absolutely crushes it.
Okay, give us the numbers.
When they were asked about, their starting capital, the results were, well, pretty clear.
Yeah.
Only 3%. Just 3%. Received an inheritance of $1 million or more.
Wow. Only 3% got that big jump start.
Exactly. It's statistically really rare.
Okay, so 97% basically had to build it themselves from like zero or close to it.
Pretty much. But okay, let's even go lower.
Yeah.
What about just some help? Like 50 grand for a down payment, something meaningful.
Good question. Did many get that?
Even that kind of modest help was rare in this group. 79%. Nearly 80%.
79%.
Reported they got no inheritance at all. $0 from parents, family, anyone.
That's almost 4 out of 5 people.
Right. So if you ever doubted that, self-made story, this data should really put that doubt to rest.
And it's not just about inheritance money, is it? It's also about sort of where you start from, your class background.
Definitely.
We tend to assume wealthy people grew up wealthy, but this study paints a different picture, doesn't it? Makes success seem much more accessible.
It really does.
Oh.
The study showed that 80% of these millionaires, they came from families that were middle class or even below middle class income-wise.
80%. So they weren't starting with trust funds.
No, definitely not. Often, they were starting with student loans, entry-level jobs,
Yeah.
the usual stuff.
That's actually incredibly hopeful.
It's probably the biggest dose of hope in the whole study. Wealth isn't just passed down. It's created.
Regardless of where you start.
Exactly. Time, compounding.
Yeah.
They're the great equalizers. But you have to, start the process.
Okay, that idea of starting the process, it leads perfectly into secret number 2, the high salary myth.
Ah, yes. The you got to earn big bucks idea.
Right. If you didn't inherit it, then the only way is to become like a titan of industry, right? Making millions a year.
Pulling down 7 figures.
Yeah, you need to be a top surgeon, a senior partner at a law firm, some big tech exec.
Well, that's certainly one path, maybe the easiest path if you can manage it.
But not the only path.
Not the necessary path, no. The study actually shows that the average millionaire's income is way more grounded than people think.
Okay, let's get into the specifics on income because, $100,000 in 1995 is different from $100,000 today, especially in a big city.
That's a fair point.
Does the study look at income over their whole career, like an average or a peak?
It does, and that's really the key part, looking at their career earnings, both peak and average. The results are pretty startling.
Okay.
33%. A third of these millionaires never made more than $100,000 in a single year at any point in their whole career.
Never broke 6 figures in a year. Wow.
Never. And then another 31% made, around $100,000 a year over the course of their career.
So wait, that's like 2/3 of them, 64%.
Exactly. Fully 2/3 reached millionaire status without ever hitting that kind of income we usually assume is required.
That just completely flips the script on needing a high-powered executive job.
Right. We're sort of culturally conditioned to think the job title dictates the net worth.
But the data says otherwise.
Directly contradicts it. Only 15%, 1/5 of the millionaires they surveyed were in senior leadership.
Mm.
CEO, CFO, that level.
15%.
Yeah. So think about that flip side. 85% of these millionaires were, well, middle or even lower level employees.
Like who? What kind of jobs?
Nurses, teachers, engineers, but maybe not the lead engineer, accountants, service managers, people working consistently for, say, 30 years.
They weren't running the show.
No, they were working hard and, crucially, applying incredible discipline.
Ah, so there it is. This is where it shifts, isn't it? From the outside stuff, income, title, to the inside stuff. Behavior.
Exactly. What you make becomes less important than what you do with what you make.
Yeah.
And we see this contrast all the time, right? You take someone like Mike Tyson,
Okay.
earned hundreds of millions of dollars, but blew it all. Why? Terrible spending habits, no structure, huge income, disastrous result.
Right.
Then you have that almost legendary case of Ronald Reed,
The janitor.
the janitor and gas station attendant. Quiet career. But he died with an $8 million portfolio.
$8 million. How?
Because his internal discipline, his saving and investing habits were just rock solid. Absolutely.
So why do we always focus on the Mike Tyson stories? You know, the big flashy failures. When the reality for like 85% of successful people is the quiet, steady discipline of the Ronald Reeds.
Well, because the Ronald Reed story, it requires patience. Delayed gratification. It doesn't make for exciting headlines, does it?
Sure.
It requires saying no to lifestyle creep. You know, and not upgrading your car just because you got a raise.
Right. Keeping things steady.
And that rejection of the flashy lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we find in secret number 3.
Okay, secret 3. This is like the millionaire next door idea in action, isn't it?
Precisely. That book nailed it years ago.
We see this huge gap between the perceived millionaire life yachts, designer stuff, influencers flashing cash,
Right, the Instagram version.
and the quiet reality of how most wealthy people actually live.
And the main driver of that reality, it's disciplined underspending. Plain and simple.
Underspending, living on less than you make.
94%.
Yeah,
Almost all the millionaires in the study said they live on less than they earn.
94%. That's not just, like, saving a little bit.
No, it's foundational. It's a commitment to prioritizing future growth over buying stuff now.
They're not trying to impress anyone.
No, they're focused on compounding their wealth quietly, silently.
And if you want proof of that discipline, you just have to look at how they handle debt, particularly credit cards.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
This stat blew me away. 75% of these millionaires said they never carried a credit card balance ever in their lives.
Think about that. 75%. Never paid a dime in credit card interest.
That's incredible discipline.
It tells you 2 really important things. First, obviously, they avoid paying that high-interest, non-deductible debt,
Right.
which just destroys wealth
Right. It works against you.
massively. But second, and maybe more subtly, it shows they rejected instant gratification.
How so?
They only bought what they could actually afford right then and there. They mastered the art of waiting, of delaying the purchase.
Whereas carrying a balance is like getting the rush now, paying the price later, often a much bigger price.
Exactly. The rush from buying something you can't afford, it fades fast.
Yeah.
But the financial consequences, they can stick around for years, compounding against you.
So the money side and the behavior side, they're completely linked.
Inextricably linked. You can't really separate them.
Yeah.
And the study even touches on this with, like, Sutter wealth.
Like lottery winners.
Yeah, exactly. We hear these stories. But studies show consistently that 6 months after a huge win, lottery winners are often no happier than before.
Really? Why?
Sometimes they're less happy. Many even wish they hadn't won because of the chaos it brings. Relationships break down, bad decisions get made.
Because the underlying discipline wasn't there first.
Exactly. The wealth only sticks and brings fulfillment if the discipline, the right behaviors, are already in place.
Okay, so let's recap. They don't need inheritances. They
Right.
don't necessarily need massive salaries. They're masters of discipline, especially avoiding debt. So what's the engine? What actually makes the money they do save grow into $1 million or more?
Now we get to the core mechanism.
Which leads us straight into secret number 4, the power of consistent investing.
This is it. This is the answer that ties all those other behaviors together. It's the positive action they take.
Oh, okay. What did the study find here?
75%. 3/4 of the millionaires said that consistent investing, over a long period of time. That was the main reason they reached millionaire status.
Consistent investing, not one big break.
No, it's not a single event. It's a marathon. It's repetition, doing it over and over.
Because you really can't save your way to $1 million, can you? I mean, not in a reasonable time frame. That's just addition.
Right. Saving $100 a month is great, but it's slow.
If you want real wealth, you have to multiply your money, don't you?
You have to. It means putting your capital to work. Taking some calculated risk, yes, but letting it compound over time.
It's multiplication, not just addition, like the parable of the talents almost. You have to make the money work.
Exactly. And the amazing part about how these millionaires did it,
Yeah.
the starting point was usually incredibly simple,
Yeah.
really basic and accessible.
Okay.
They didn't need complicated strategies or exclusive deals.
So what was the practical first step for most of them? You said 80% did something specific.
80% of these millionaires invested using their company's 401k or 403b plan if they worked for a nonprofit.
The workplace retirement plan. That simple.
That simple. That was the foundation. For anyone listening, this just highlights the huge power of these tax-advantaged accounts.
Especially if you start early.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not just about contributing something. It's about understanding the employer match.
Which is free money.
It's essentially a guaranteed immediate return on your investment, often 50 or 100% on that matched portion. It's unbeatable.
Plus things like dollar cost averaging when you invest regularly.
Right. Buying consistently whether the market is up or down, often in something simple like an index fund within the 401k.
And yet, it's almost criminal how many people just ignore this. Don't studies show that only a fraction of people with a 401k actually take full advantage?
It's shockingly low.
Yeah.
Something like only 20% maximize it or even get the full match.
That's billions, literally billions, in free matching money just left on the table every year.
It really is the highest return, lowest effort financial task most employees have available to them. It's right there.
Okay, so they use the 401k. Simple, consistent, but what were they investing in? Were they trying to find the next Amazon, the next big moonshot stock?
That's the other common fantasy, isn't it?
Yeah.
That you just need one lucky stock pick.
Yeah, hit it big once.
Nope. The study found something crucial here. Not a single millionaire, zero, said that one individual stock pick was a big factor in their success.
Not one out of 10,000.
Not one credited a single stock win as being significant. What does that tell us?
It tells us they weren't gambling.
Exactly. They favored diversified, systematic investing. Things like broad market index funds, mutual funds, spreading the risk.
Steady, compounded growth over trying to hit a home run.
Prioritizing the long game over the lottery ticket.
Okay, so that really paints the full picture, doesn't it? For you, listening right now, we've pulled out these key clues from 10,000 actual millionaires.
The behavioral patterns?
Yeah. You don't need the big inheritance. You don't necessarily need the corner office salary.
Sure.
What you do need is, well, two main things: discipline and consistency.
Absolute discipline that means killing consumer debt, saying no to lifestyle creep, and absolute consistency investing regularly, probably starting with that simple, powerful tool, your 401k.
And building on that consistency. Let's leave you with maybe a provocative thought, something to chew on about taking action.
Well,
When you're faced with one of those financial tasks, the ones that feel like a chore.
like setting up the 401k contributions or maybe finally tackling that credit card debt.
Exactly, or maximizing your match or refinancing something. I want you to try reframing the effort involved.
How so?
Think about the dollar per hour return on your time. Ah, the return on financial effort. I like
Yeah.
that.
So let's say you spend, 5 hours. 5 hours gathering paperwork, doing some research on mutual funds in your 401k, making the changes online.
Okay, 5 hours of work feels like a hassle.
Right. But what if that 5 hours of effort sets up a system? A system that, through compounding, matching funds, lower fees, whatever, ends up saving or earning you an extra, say, $15,000 over the next decade.
$15,000 from 5 hours of work.
What's your hourly rate on that task?
Right.
It's $3,000 per hour.
Wow. Okay.
Suddenly, that annoying administrative task doesn't seem so annoying, does it? When you frame it as incredibly high-yield work, it makes the effort seem much more, enticing, worth your time.
It turns tedious homework into, the best paid project you'll do all year.
Pretty much. So apply these insights right now. Go look at your 401k contribution, calculate your own sort of discipline score on debt, and start making those high-yield financial moves today.
That's the challenge. Thanks for diving in with us.